توكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله قال الله تعالى في كلامه الكريم قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا صدق الله العظيم. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the guidance and made us Muslims. And being Muslims, we believe sincerely and faithfully in the hereafter, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to hold us accountable of how we have been living our life in this world. That is what mentally and with our words we believe. We believe in hereafter. But is our lifestyle, our priorities, our preferences, and the way we are living in this world, is it according to our belief in hereafter or not? This is a serious matter, because sometimes people may think that they are doing the right things, but in reality, it may not be that way. So it's a serious matter which we need to reflect upon. And the verse I have decided from towards the end of Surah Al-Kahf, it reminds us, and it says, قُلْ هَلْ نُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِالْأَخْسَرِينَ أَعْمَالًا. Say, shall we inform you of the greatest losers in terms of their actions? الَّذِينَ ضَلَّ سَعْيُهُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ يَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ يُحْسِنُونَ صُنْعًا. They are those whose efforts were lost in the world's life, while they thought that they were doing the best kind of works. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِمْ وَلِقَائِهِ فَحَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُمْ فَلَا نُقِيمُ لَهُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وَزْنًا. So they are the ones who disbelieve in the revelation of their Lord and in their meeting Him. So their actions are worthless, and therefore we will not give them any weight on the day of resurrection. So you can imagine, this is a very stern warning about how we are living our life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold, when He holds us accountable on the day of judgment, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told, it's reported in Tirmidhi Sharif by two great companions, that a person will not be able to step away from the accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until he has answered 5 questions. And what is the first question? An umurin fima afna. That your life, how it was spent, how it was used up. You know, what is our life? Life is our time. The time which we have from our birth to death, that's our life. So it is about the utilization of our time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to hold us accountable. And that will be the first item. And after that, there are 4 more items where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be holding us accountable, and nobody will be able to step away until that accountability is done. And that's why Umar radiyallahu anhu is reported to say, Hasibu qabla an tuhasibu. Hasibu anfusikum qabla an tuhasibu. That hold yourself accountable before you are held accountable. So what it means is that we should be periodically, often, holding ourselves accountable, reviewing what we have been doing, how our time is going, where we are spending our time and energies and resources. What is our lifestyle? What are our priorities? And are they tuned to hereafter, or they are tuned to only the things which will, once our eyes close, everything will be left behind? So this is a serious matter which we need to look upon and think about it. So Surah Wal-Asr reminds us that how we can utilize our time in the best manner to be successful. And it's all of you, we know Surah Wal-Asr, and it means then as evidenced by rapidly passing time, by the fleeting time, means the fleeting time, the rapidly passing time is witness to what? Human beings are surely incurring a grave loss, except for those who believe in the Islamic tenets, perform righteous deeds, exhort each other to truth, and exhort each other to patient perseverance. So, if our time is not being spent according to the 4 categories mentioned in this Surah Wal-Asr, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that this fleeting time is witness that you are losing, becoming a loser, incurring a grave loss. So from that perspective, what we should be doing, and according to the advice of Umar radiallahu anhu, once in a while, it will be a good idea for us to account for our time. Where is our time going? Take pen and paper, make some columns, make those 4 columns which are mentioned here in Surah Wal-Asr, and see, and make a 5th column for those items which are not related to those 4 items which are given. So make 5 columns on a piece of paper and start recording your time, how much time was spent in those actions which could be considered ibadah from the broad concept of ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that time was spent exactly according to the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all that time and your energy and resources which were spent with not in line with, not according to the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us to spend our time. So in like Illa alladhina amanu, this is the first category. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking that accept those people who have true faith. Who are the people who have true faith? Those who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time, throughout the day. Whenever they are awake, they remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here we should write down that how much time when we were awake, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was in our conscious mind. We were thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much time, how many decisions we made in our wake-up hours, that they were according to the attitude of taqwa, that they were destined to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we avoided any decision which were against the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It was displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It was disliked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many of those decisions we made? Let's put it down. The next item is ikhlas, that how much of our decisions we made in our life, they were all within the purview of Islam, and how many we kept out of Islam. When we make a decision according to the traditions of the society, according to what is considered cool in the society, but it's not according to the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it means that we have not allocated our time required by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in the same manner about tawakkul, that wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us to take an action, did we take that action disregarding all the consequences we may face? So let's put our time, how much time we spent in those with that kind of attitude, and how many decisions we made in that manner. Then Amalu Swalihat. Amalu Swalihat, you know, there are 5 pillars of Islam. They help us to build our Islamic personality. So how much time we spent in those? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that whatever you the good and bad deeds you can do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a formula in the verse, إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي. So then we need to see that how many of our actions were, how much time we spent on those things which were considered adl, how much time was spent which were considered ihsan, means excellence, justice, excellence, how much time and resources were spent to help our people who are close to us, and what efforts did we make to stay away from fahsha, how much efforts we made to stay away from bad things, how much efforts and time we spent on staying away from transgressions, exceeding limits, violating others' rights. So all these kind of things. So we should start tabulating our time and see where our time is going. And that is what Umar radiyallahu anhu suggested, hasibu anfusakum qabla an tahasabu. Then hold yourself accountable before you are held accountable, because there may be surprises, and try this and you will be surprised when you start allocating time in various categories, and you may see that a lot of time which you just waste here and there and do a lot of things which have nothing to do your success in the hereafter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want us to abandon the world, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to live in the world according to His commands and teachings. So any time which is spent in any activity which is not aligned with the teachings and the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is a time against us, against which we will not be able to justify in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it behoves us that we start holding ourselves accountable and seeing where our time is going. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us spending and investing our time with our success in the hereafter in view, so that when we are held accountable about our umar, our time we spent in this world, we come out successful, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses us with fawz in Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر لي ولكم لسائر المسلمين. الحمد لله الذي أنعمنا بالإسلام وأكرمنا برسالة السيد الأنام ولا نعبد ولا نستعين إلا إياه هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله بعدد من صلى وصام. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله بعدد من قاد وقام. وصل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى الملائكة المقربين وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم أيد الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. ربنا يا مولانا واجعلنا منهم واخذل من أعرض عن دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. ربنا يا مولانا ولا تجعلنا منهم. عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأولى وأعز وأجل وأعظم وأكبر. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا أولئك الذين كفروا بآيات ربهم ولقائه فحبطت أعمالهم فلا نقيم لهم يوم القيامة وزنا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.